Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Mike. Today I want to make a short video of my new Music Angel XD-800MkIII. And this is a Class A integrated tube amplifier. In this video I just want to talk about the specifications of this amplifier and the tubes that I'm using. I've waited a really long time to get an actual tube amplifier, mainly because of how expensive they are. And now that I finally am able to have one, I want to show everyone how good this amplifier sounds. And then in the future, I want to compare this amplifier, the Music Angel, to the Knob Sound up there, the Denon solid state receiver, and I have a Sony solid state receiver also. And I want to do a comparison and we'll see which one sounds the best. And I'll be using, in that video, I'll be using the Martin Logans and some clip speakers, so we can see some different speakers and different amplifiers, and we'll be able to determine which one is the best. So right now I'm just going to talk about the Music Angel. This amplifier is really heavy. I would have never imagined a tube amplifier weighing so much. This thing easily weighs 60 pounds, and it is easily one of the heaviest amplifiers I've ever lifted in my entire life. This weighs double, if not triple, the weight of that Denon over there. It feels like this thing is a steel plate. It feels like one solid steel plate is in there. I mean, it's insanely heavy. I was even afraid of setting it on this table because of the weight. I was thinking, this is going to crack my table. I hope that it doesn't. I just set it there so that way I could go around it and show you guys the back and the whole amplifier. Because there would have been no way I would be able to do that if I had it in the spot where it normally goes. There's no way I could show you guys the back of it and everything. So right here is a good spot to do a 360 view of this amplifier. So some of the specifications of this amplifier are: it's a Class A integrated tube amplifier. It uses the 4 KT-88 tubes, and it uses the 12AU7 and the 12AT7. It uses 2 of both. And it uses the 4 KT-88 big power tubes, like I said. Okay, so this amplifier is rated at 65 watts times 2 in ultra linear mode, and 130 watts total, and 30 watts times 2 in triode mode, Class A. The way you're able to switch between the two is the ultra linear. There's a switch here where up is ultra linear mode, so you're gonna make more power, but it's not gonna sound as good. In ultralinear mode, you can get a total of 130 watts out of this amp in ultralinear mode. In triode mode, it sounds a lot better. Just flip the switch down, but you're only going to get 30 watts or 60 watts total. If you have really efficient speakers like the clips, then that's more than enough power, and it sounds really good. I really like that feature of this amplifier, that you're able to switch between ultralinear and triode mode just with the flip of a switch. So whichever your preference is, loud or clean. Another thing is, this amplifier is able to be run in either 4 ohm or 8 ohm. So if you have speakers that are able to be ran at 4 ohms, you're going to be able to get more power out of this amplifier. Just like a car amplifier, the lower the impedance, the more power you're able to get out of it. The 4 ohms is clear, in my opinion, as an 8 ohm. So usually when I'm listening to classical music or vocals, I usually keep it in the 8 ohm. If I'm listening to like hip hop, then I put it in the 4 ohm just to get more power out of it. And I'm using the Martin Logans right here for 8 ohm. So that's a really cool feature. This tube amp gets really hot. So hot, in fact, that it's melting the lettering off of this thing. It feels like you could cook an egg on the top of this amp. When this thing is on, it gets so insanely hot. It feels like a space heater. This thing consumes 250 watts, so this amplifier is not eco-friendly, and if you're worried about using a lot of power, don't consider getting this amplifier because it uses a lot of power. So I wanted to show you guys some of the tubes I'm using. I got the Gold Lion KT-88, the Genulux, right here. I got the NIS EI right there. I'm running RCA NIS vintage tubes, and these tubes are from the 50s, and those tubes are right here. It's a very old tube and it sounds really good. I paid some good money for that tube because these tubes are getting extremely hard to find. These really old RCA tubes, and they're highly sought after. They sound very clean and really good for listening to vocals or guitar music. And I'm using the Con right here. I don't know if you can see it. The Con right there. And that's also an RCA tube from the 50s or 60s, and this came from an Oregon. I'm running all the RCA tubes right here, and they sound really good. And the big KT-88 tubes here are the best vein. Let's see if I could take one of these out. I love how big these KT-88 tubes are. They're really big tubes. I really like that big, huge, dominating look they have. It's nice. Another cool feature about this amplifier is this is a self-biasing amp. So it uses a cathode to self-bias. So all you have to do is plug and play. So if you want to switch your tubes out to any KT-88 tube, all you have to do is pull it out and put your new KT-88 tubes in, and you're set to go. You don't have to do any biasing. So that's a really cool thing also. Someday I hope to get an amp that I am able to to bias manually, so that I can get the full original tube amp experience. I have the Sylvania vintage tube here, the Mullards. Where's the... Let me go over this. There. Telefunken. So I have a pretty good variety of vintage NIS tubes I'm playing with. And I really like the difference in sound that tube rolling gives you, and it's really cool to play with different tubes because they all alter the sound, and it's really neat to be able to do that. So in my next videos, I'm going to make a video doing a music demo with this Music Angel, and we'll be able to hear what it sounds like, and I'll be able to let you guys hear each one of these tubes and see if you guys are able to hear a difference. I hope that this video was of some use, and if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, anything that I might have missed in this video, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll answer it the best I can. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, future or past, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.